Hello everybody, welcome to Wild Boy Movies, the place to talk movies, and today we're going to be reviewing Terrifier 3, the probably goriest entry out of the entire Terrifier franchise. Right now I'm going to have some information up on screen for you to read, like director, runtime, and PAA rating. All of that will be up on screen for you to read right now. But be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your thoughts on Terrifier 3. But without further ado, let's get right into the pros. Alright, starting off, I gotta go ahead and praise Lauren Rivera once again because although she did an amazing job in the second Terrifier movie, in the third movie, she's a whole lot better. And that's because she's dealing with the trauma from the events of the second Terrifier movie. It further progresses the character development of Sienna and definitely further pushes her up to become one of the best final girls that we've ever gotten, just as up there with Sydney Prescott. And with the way things ended with Terrifier 3, I'm very curious to see where they go with the character of Sienna in the upcoming fourth movie that we know is in development. I also gotta go ahead and praise the rest of the cast in this movie. Like, I thought Elliot Fulham continues to do a great job as the character of Jonathan. And some of the characters there had like a small amount of screen time, like the mall Santa that we see in the bar. I thought his character was very much well done. And I even thought the roommate of Jonathan, because he's now in college, was a pretty good character in this movie, although her girlfriend is kind of like iffy. Other than that, there was still a lot of pretty good characters in this movie. I also gotta go ahead and praise like the cinematography of this movie because I think in terms of the cinematography of the Terrifier movies, it is the best looking out of the entire trilogy. Like, it has this very great aesthetic to it, and I like the cinematography that was used in this movie. And that was because in the last movie, it was only like a $250,000 budget. This time around, it's a $5 million budget. So in terms of the cinematography, it's gonna be way more improved. And I think they perfected like the cinematography of the Terrifier franchise to where I'm hoping that they keep this cinematography that they used in this third movie into other future entries of the series. I also gotta praise this movie for its expanded lore, because yes, while this does answer some questions that was in the second Terrifier movie, it goes ahead and creates some new questions that will probably be answered in the upcoming fourth installment. And I'm just loving the world building that Damien Leone is integrating into this franchise, because there are some interesting things that he brings into this movie concerning the character of Art the Clown, and those are definitely things that I am very interested to see how they're explored in the movies. Like, I thought this franchise did like a great job in terms of the world building, and especially when it comes towards the character of Art the Clown. I also will say that the Ice Nine Kills song, a work of art, a song made for this movie, goes absolutely hard. Like, I just recently become a fan of the band Ice Nine Kills, and this song definitely is the best song that they've ever put out. Like, and compared to like other great songs like An American Nightmare and Welcome to Horrorwood, this is easily their best song. But generally, the song, even though not used in the way that I thought it would be, still cool that it was in the movie nonetheless, just because it goes so hard. The big thing you come into when you see a Terrifier movie is the extreme violence and gore that is in this movie. And I'm gonna say right here, this has to be the most gruesome entry out of the entire franchise. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, for one, I think the practical effects in here were done very well, because this is still like Damien Leone and he still likes doing these practical effects, and I think they look pretty good and miles better than the practical effects of Terrifier 2, not hating on those practical effects. Like, this movie is so graphic, like even in its first 10 minutes, that it caused several walkouts in the UK. And yeah, I could definitely see it warranting that many walkouts. And I guarantee you that if this film was submitted to the MPAA, it would most likely 99.99% get an NC-17 rating just because of how gruesome it is. Like, my theater even had a sign warning viewers about this film's extreme violence, and yeah, I definitely see why they put that out, but I thought it was very well done, and honestly, made this the scariest movie that I've seen since It 2017, at least those first 5 minutes when I was completely scared of that particular scene. I even liked how they were creative with some of the kills in this movie. I'm not gonna give them away in case if you haven't seen it, but there are a lot of unique kills that I don't know which one is gonna earn the golden chainsaw whenever Dead Meat goes ahead and kill counts Terrifier 3. And the film was so graphic that when the credits started to roll, I was like, what did I just witness? In a positive way, like, this has to be one of the best theatrical experiences in terms of a horror movie, really, because I've rarely seen any horror movies in theaters. But it's an experience that I'm never going to forget because, yeah, it was that crazy of a movie. I also do really like the Christmas atmosphere that this movie went ahead and did because this movie is set during the Christmas season. And I don't know why, I just love the decorations involving the Christmas season. Like, it gets me in that Christmas mood. So that was a nice addition that they went ahead and did with this movie. But honestly, the biggest pro that I can give this movie, and it's the same for the previous two films, is David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. Like, he has definitely cemented himself in terms of, like, the horror icon sphere, as I think he definitely now belongs on this Horror Friends lineup, just because I thought the things that Art did in this movie were not only terrifying, but also hilarious at the same time. Like, I think the best that we got of Art the Clown in this movie is when he's meeting that mall Santa in the bar. It's like his acting, he acts like he's like a young kid meeting Santa. Like, that was pretty funny and great to see in this movie, but he can also be very terrifying at the same time whenever he's brutally going after his victims. Like, I really like whenever Art goes ahead and puts on the Santa suit and does a bunch of stuff involving, like, pretending to be a mall Santa or breaking into someone's house and brutally murdering them. I thought the things that David Howard Thornton's Art the Clown as Santa worked very great in this movie. But generally, overall, I really ended up liking this movie. I think it is the best out of the entire trilogy, and I'm definitely excited to see where they go with the franchise in the fourth movie. But there's still, like, a con that I do need to bring up, so let's get right into that. Now, I don't have anything too negative to say with this movie. I thought this movie was pretty awesome, but I will say that some of the kills in here are definitely going to be very controversial. Like, I'm not going to give away which kills that I think will be very controversial with you guys, but there are some kills that I'm like, you probably did not have to do that. But that's like a minor nitpick, just because they actually went ahead and went to that line and thought, should I cross that line? And thought, yeah, let's go ahead and cross that line. But I do understand that if you decide to tap out with this movie with some of the kills, because they are that graphic. But at the end of the day, I quite had a great time with this movie, and I very much enjoy it, and definitely would watch it again, and definitely would have it on during the Christmas season. And yeah, this is definitely an amazing horror movie that if you feel like that you're able to watch this movie go ahead and watch it for yourself because it's that awesome and good. So for my scorecard, I'm gonna give Terrifier 3 5 stars, with the score out of 10 being 10 out of 10, with the percentage being 100%, with a grade of A+, with my final verdict being the best of the trilogy. But that was my review of Terrifier 3. I want to know from you guys, what did you guys think about this movie? Go ahead and leave your thoughts down in the comment section, and while you're at it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video, and have a great day.